that we are a demonologist. That is one of the ways we further our craft.
Yes, I am aware.
Are you concerned about someone being compelled? About us? Or about someone else?
Someone else. Not worried about you.
Yeah, the rainbow water in Saint Denis, and not Saint Denis, Annesburg.
Xander, then.
It's
Yes,
something else.
Sander.
Has he been digging too deep concerning all of you? Or do you think he is compelled, overtaken?
I do not believe that he is himself anymore. I think he had a break in the strength of his mind. And during a time of his weakness, something is taking his mind and is corrupting him to do things that he would not do.
A moment of weakness, you say?
Yes, that is what I imagine it to be.
These lands are no stranger to it. Most of you know well of Korgoth. And he wasn't always a sorcerer. That hammer spoke to him. And according to his son, had some sort of being within, swaying his mind. Has Xander found any artifacts?
I'm not sure. He's been very private and everything, locked away in his tower.
Losing himself in his studies.
Yes, something of that sort.
Losing himself.
Yes, or gaining something that he shouldn't have.
Gaining what exactly? You know. Or do you suspect?
I do not know anything. I can only take guesses. A guess here, a guess there. What is truly going on, I do not know. But under circumstances, I am narrowing down what could be so that I can try to figure out
That
what
was
is.
slower, it wouldn't be so bad. I'm in a bad spot, but I wanna move. Yeah, that's better.
And still, we know that you know more than you are telling us. Hard to give input when being drip-fed information.
Yes, well, I tell you the truth on these things is I believe that one of the kin of the dreaming god has a hold of his mind.
Stop it! Stop it!
A deep one, do you think? Or a different one? Different kind.
Of the deep. Akin to the deep one, yes. And the one of dreams. I will not speak their name here, for I do not know if you are consecrated and protected. I can only assume you are, but better to not take the chance.
We understand. We have done work, and Ma has done more than that to protect this place, to contain it. But better safe than sorry.
But yes, one of the deep, kin to the dreaming god, which I am not certain, could not even guess at which one. But I do know that it would be connected to the dreaming one.
We assume you already know the expert in deep ones, then.
Ouch.
Who would you say is the expert?
Is that really ours to tell?
I guess not. But guidance is always appreciated. Wouldn't you three say guidance would be nice? Fine. Do you speak of kindred?
We do.
Yes. Kindred is in a dream right now. Set to awake tomorrow at some time.
Fitting.
I will seek counsel then. For now, I figured paying you a visit was wise. Not only that, well, allies, friend.
Friend. Yes.
Sorry to burst in.
Do not apologize. You are always welcome.
I thank you, Lady Io, Lycia, Bira.
What?
Anything else?
No, I don't.
In your experience, Carrion, and your knowledge and your whatever information you may possess, if something truly has a hold of someone's mind, is there anything that an outside party can do to help contain their true self? Or is it completely dependent on who is persuading them?
If someone is bewitched, that can be broken in several ways. If someone is possessed, that can be broken. More difficult if it is a deep one, and a powerful one at that. Difficult. Might be possible. We cannot guarantee. But we would rather have Xander back. He's fine.
Would it require any deals of your doing?
There are, how to say, there are benefits, there are things, there are opportunities, power in such exchanges. More so if it was with him himself, perhaps. But without. We would have to see.
Characters doing stomping movements.
To be certain. More information, context, research, sacrifice.
Carrying conversations are always a good time. Yeah.
Struck a nerve, have we?
You already know how I feel about sacrifice. How my people used to be abducted by Sedites to be sacrificed.
Oh no. I can never unsee the dance from the other night. I know. The slow writhing, turning in circles. That was so funny.
One of the most powerful sacrifices are the willing.
How many are truly willing to be sacrificed? Then why would people grab those unwilling to be sacrificed?
Here's a better question. Is it really a sacrifice if you're just grabbing someone who you don't care about anyways?
Weaker than yourself. Easier to come by. More cruel. Depending on what you serve. If you serve a cruel god, a cruel being, they relish in that. It is not the same as one carefully prepared. But it is faster, more convenient for them.
Do we have any other questions for Kyrian?
I do not.
If not for us, maybe for Ma. And if no more questions for us, for Ma, we have questions of yourselves.
Right, but animals usually, unless you're good.
For them all, the same question. That
It'd be sacrifice if it was an animal you raised yourself.
Any correspondence.
But something you just grab out of the wild, it doesn't feel like it would
So
be.
reason would be nice to know. As for the rest,
It cost you nothing and you didn't care about it. Is it sacrifice?
then if you have a question of me, then I will answer as I can.
Very well. Any questions from any of you? Go on. statements, concerns, threats, insults, compliments. We'll take those.
I have no further questions for this time.
I don't have questions. Not any that I can articulate. Stop using that word.
And yourself, Lycia.
This is a bit macabre, but given the knowledge that you have on such things, Carrion, what is the likelihood that Xander breaks from whatever is controlling him? Is it even likely? Is there even a way to measure that?
Articulate is Aya's buzzword. Yeah, make me feel more self-unconscious. Wow, it's what I am. Self-unconscious.
We could say a little. Much of this depends on every single bit of it. His willpower, the deep ones, what they gave to have such a hold over him. There are many circumstances that change such.
Yeah, you're already self-unconscious. Shut up.
Until we see something. Until we see the spark of life leave. And do not give up. That would not do. We would like to know more. To know what you are not comfortable with us knowing. You mentioned he has locked himself away in the tower in the past. That he has had himself in a moment of vulnerability.
Yes, an obsession over golemancy.
Golemancy.
Yes, studying golemancy and odd notes, reading books on it, staying up too late through the night, spending days and days away, if not a week, starving himself, running himself down to nothing, all while giving off things so that he can raise golem.
Giving off things.
Yes, sacrificing his own self to raise the golem.
Not drawing on the power within the blood crystal.
Yes,
using himself.
yes, indeed.
Shall we catch up, Ma?
Or did I barge in on an interesting topic? I thought we were just having visitors, by the sounds of it.
No, unfortunately, there is more morose undertones to this conversation. I will sum up very quickly what we told to Carrion. We believe something has taken over Xander's mind. Possibly a deep one. And we fear for him. He is missing. Have you had any correspondence with him as of lately?
No, I have not. I was in my slumber for about 2 weeks' time, and I meant to speak with him yesterday, but I have not seen him since. The last I've heard of him was, well, over the 2-week mark now.
Yes, he went missing either later yesterday or earlier today.
I saw him this morning in the workshop, so it is earlier today.
How was he behaving when you saw him?
Quiet. Rushed.
Did he
Just
have
like
any
he was
odd?
unaware of I was there.
Did he have any odd mannerisms?
No. Usually when he's in his workshop, he disregards me completely.
Last I saw him, it was late last night. He was acting nervous. But he denied that anything was wrong.
He didn't. He didn't come to bed last night, so I haven't seen him since then. It concerns me, and I do realize that he hasn't been normal as of late, but in the quiet moments, he seemed to pull himself together. So this just seems quite sudden.
Let me rehear. What is exactly wrong with Xander then?
Would you like to explain it, or would you like me to again?
I believe you know the details, but if you would like me to, I can.
Go ahead.
Yes, I believe that in a moment of weakness, that the akin to the dreaming one of the deep has a hold on his mind. He has locked himself away in a tower. I'm sure you know which one, ours. There, he was obsessing over Golomancy. And not, as Carrion said, calling on the power of the crystals, but instead, he was offering himself to the Golem. On top of him not resting, on top of him not eating, not sleeping. So many things. He whittled himself down to such a weak point, where even his mind was accessible by outside forces. And with recent things and developments, It all leads to a kin of the Deep One.
I did not realize he had close connections to, well, deep ones, in a sense. When did this
Yes.
happen? Or has he just always been fascinated by them? Or is there just always a lurking one, I guess one could say?
Always fascinated in a way.
Hi, Sully.
Yes, fascinated.
Kinran. Oh my
And
goodness.
he is
I don't know if I can
missing.
take another retelling though.
Yes, he is.
That's where stuff gets exhausting. We just keep retelling the same thing over and over and over again to everybody.
Offered himself to the golems.
Yes, to infuse them with power that is not by blood crystal, but from himself.
The mess you left behind.
Here calls to mind, like offering yourself to a god, a demon or spirit.
I'm wishing the first letter went through because I know I wrote it better than the second one.
Golems are empty shells.
Oh. Visit from your delivery dude was hilarious
Yes,
though.
exactly, I know.
Perhaps the
So critical of tips, man.
listening.
Yeah, the 6 gold. It's so funny.
Yes, that is what I sufficed as well.
He has
We
been
have-
working. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, and there's no traces of where he potentially could have been led to, taken to, or gone to, correct?
I do not know. I haven't had time to scour our grounds yet.
There are traces that he was taken to the South Shore, but upon going there, there's absolutely nothing.
Which shore?
The South Shore? And I was not.
There's,
I didn't know she
it's,
visited.
Shima said the South Shore. That's it. We looked all up and down, everywhere we could.